DieCastDirect.com. What's up, guys? It's Charles here with Rocket Punch Army to do another review of a KO. This comes to us from TFDirect.com, so I want to thank them first before I even get started. Again, I always say it, these guys keep the channel alive, you know, besides my own wallet. But yeah, I just want to thank them again for sending this out. They actually sent a couple of things, so I hope you enjoy the reviews. But anyway, what we have today is the Deformation Savior, and it says cool deformed robot. When have we ever used the word deform in a good way? I mean, I guess, you know, whatever word they're translating from doesn't have like that negative connotation, you know, because there's really never any time you use the word deform or deformation in a positive way. Like, you know, you run into a girl that you know in high school that you really liked, and now all of a sudden she wants to date you, and then you tell her, well, I would like to date you, but it seems your body has received a bit of deformation over the years. This does not mean it's a bad thing. I think they're just trying to mention that it changes into something, and that's exactly what it does. So this is obviously based off the Last Night Hound. For a second I was a little confused as to who makes this, but it's Black Mamba. As you can see, there's a black snake up here. On the back you got some pictures, okay? This is, you know, from what I know, based on the official Hasbro Voyager version, which I don't have, because I honestly don't collect a lot of movie figures. But this one looked cool, and it's based on this dude here. You know, pretty much just in color and name, because they don't look anything alike. That's not a Jeep. It's actually Mercedes, I believe. A Unimog? Is it a Unimog? I'm not sure. But anyway, this is my first Transformer right here. It's missing a head. But very first Transformer. That's what kicked it off for me, guys, with the Transformers. But anyway, you get this nice box. Probably a little too fancy, this box. I mean, there's nothing wrong with making KOs of fancy boxes, but we all know most people are going to end up tossing the box. And when I mean fancy, I mean it's like nice cardboard. There's nothing you want to really save. I don't think I'll be saving that. So you get the instruction booklet, which is a nice, you know, magazine kind of paper with color, and all the different transformation sequences here. And obviously you get the robot in the tray, which will you know, pop out here, because I obviously have you know, taken a look at this. It's not just being opened now for the first time. So let me scroll down here a little bit so you guys can see the whole figure. And in a second I'll pop out all the weapons, but here he is. I gotta say, I am impressed. You know, I've done a lot of KO reviews, and I pretty much have only reviewed, I mean, I've reviewed some crap KOs, but I've, for the most part, reviewed like the good kinds, the, you know, the ones that are made by people that obviously love making them and like to make you know, good stuff. But anyway, first thing I noticed, it's got a little bit of I mean, I wouldn't say heft, but you can tell there's something going on there. And the last Hound I bought was this one, which is kind of like really like an impulse buy. I kind of regretted it after I bought it. And feeling this, it feels like brittle plastic. We know it's not going to break. It's a Hasbro product. Maybe it'll get like stress marks, but I love the feel of this plastic. It doesn't feel brittle. Just listen to that. And this one barely shakes around. This one, it's really just because of the plastic. It's still a pretty good figure, I guess. I haven't played with that in a while. But this one, right here, guys, this is what I like. And I like the details. I mean, it's got a lot of paint apps. This is, if you told me this was a Hasbro product, I probably wouldn't believe you. Although, again, I have not seen the original. Maybe the original, you know, they did something good with it. But the figure's good. I like it. I like the design of this Hound. I haven't seen the movie, which is a shame. But, you know, I'll get around to it eventually. What I did notice, though, that this... something cool, guys. Something cool. It's a little weird the way they chose to do it, but it's here. And it's got diecast just on the helmet right there. That's, well, that's not a good way to show you, but can you hear that? So it's got a diecast helmet, which is cool. You remove his helmet. There's not a lot of detailing going on up here, but it's a cool little feature. There's other diecast pieces, which are the little bumper things here for the vehicle mode, which is nice. So it's a cool thing. You know, they put some metal up top, but they also put some at the bottom to offset it, I guess. And again, I'm very impressed. So we're gonna actually get the weapons here. So I'm popping out right now from the tray. And I should just pause right now, but anyway, so we get this stuff. We get the little blasters that go over his shoulders and on his back, and then this thing that holds them. So let me see, which way does it go? It's this way and this way. So this can go on his back. You just peg it right back here, and you can actually bring these down for now. All right. So there's a lot of you know, peg hole type things where you can pretty much do whatever you want with them. You can put one back here like this and have the other one being held. You can also plug them in back here underneath like so. Let's make it more symmetrical, I guess. Right there. Alright, so you can do that, and when you're ready to fight, you just bring these around from the top over his shoulder, so you can see there, which is pretty cool. Just got to obviously line it up. And of course, you can hold the weapons in his hands. And let's get this little helmet back on. So again, it's Voyager size. I don't have Voyager figures here. Eventually, I will move all my collection here, you know, so you guys can check it out. Oh, actually, I do have Voyagers. Not the Voyager I kind of want to show you, but that's what I got. I only got animated stuff here, guys, so apologize for that. And no offense if you're a fan of the animation, but that's what I have. That's what he compares. You can see that pretty much, you know, eye to eye. As far as articulation, it's not too bad. It's not the best in the world. You got the head on the neck there, right? Little ball joint there. We got the arms, which are friction, and obviously the arms go around. These things do move around on the biceps. Alright, now you see this thing popped off. There is a way to sort of get this to hold that, like right back here. There's a couple of things you can do to keep it from popping out. As you can see, it now doesn't pop out. As far as a waist, we don't have a waist because this is a pop-up waist for transformation. I don't know if I can pull that out for a second. There you go. Make them a little bit taller if you want with a weird waist. This little flap opens up so you can take a look at his empty crotch there. And that's obviously not meant for robot mode. But that way you can see the hips. So the hips I thought would have ball joints there, but they're actually swivels, which still gives a pretty decent amount of articulation. Well, actually, this, I guess this could be for robot mode to do a little more articulation. But the knees are just really weird. It's got like the knees are way up high, so there's really not much you can do. Now, obviously the legs go out, and you got the swivel, and then the feet. I was a little impressed by this because I was thinking, like, I don't like the way the feet are sitting there, and I just happened to just move like this and realize there was some ankle tilt, which is awesome. So you can get some really nice poses. The hands, kind of can move them. They're not really meant to be articulated that way, but you can do that. And then, you know, show you how far the elbows go. That's an interesting design here. The feet, the way they look, they kind of annoy me a little bit. I wish he had like more like robotic feet, like you know, Red Alert here. But I guess I can get used to that. But I like the bulk of him. You know what I mean? You know, I like how he looks tough. I'm not really into the whole organic look with the beard. Like, why would he have a beard? He's a damn robot. You know, it's like, what, are they trying to emulate humans? I mean, they obviously are. They got humanoid things, but just a little weird. I mean, if they're going to go and put a beard on, he should have pubes, maybe some armpit hairs, maybe hair on his back, you know, just to do the whole thing the way it would be on a human. So I'm going to go ahead and remove these weapons because we want to check our not articulation, we want to check our transformation. And here he is, guys, in vehicle mode. Like I said, oh, that was weird. Like I said, it's a Mercedes. You can see the circle here for the little Mercedes logo. which is absent, so that's a perfect spot for repro labels. This light bar here is a little weird. I mean, I know it's a light bar, just looks a little strange. I don't know. Maybe I'm just used to seeing them at the top. But vehicle mode, I gotta say, is pretty cool. Now that I'm looking at this, I have this guy down here. They have kind of like the same feel. I don't know if you saw the review on this. It's weird. They kind of have the same kind of feel, like, you know, they don't really look like a real truck, but it kind of does here in the front. Yeah, I don't know. Just reminded me of that for a second there. And the plastics are good. The plastics really are, you know, maybe no different than this one. They're just like molded a little softer than this. These are probably molded a little thinner for more detail. But good quality. I'm very impressed. And it's rock solid. Rock solid. Alright, now as far as rolling, it does roll. You do get the rolling on the front wheels is not as smooth as the back, because remember, these are the feet that are folded, so these are actually transformable wheels, which is kind of cool. You can throw this back here. It is a little loose. I mean, it holds, but it is a little loose. You know, I'm just barely putting anything there, so maybe if you're playing around too rough, you'll start pointing towards the back of the cab here, which is pretty dangerous. But the box does show him wearing his weapons this way, like so. And that's pretty much it. I mean, it's excellent. I guess we can use this as scale comparison, so you can see what it scales with Inferno, which is pretty much the only transformer I have here in vehicle mode anywhere. They're all in robot mode. Yeah, thanks again to tfdirect.com for sending this out. The link for this is down there. It's a great price for what you get. You know, like, again, I wish I could compare it to the Hasbro. I'm kind of slipping with buying the originals, but I'm not a big movie figure fan. You know, I'd rather save my money for other stuff that I really, really need to have in my collection, like more diecast robots. But you know, it's pretty cool that I got this. I'm very happy with it. And I do have a review coming up for the oversized version of this, which is a darker color and a lot more paint apps. Maybe a little bit of more metal. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, guys, yeah, that's it. There's not much more I can say about this, except that I like the little tampo printing here, a little cross there, the detailing of the wheels. I think it's pretty good. I'm actually very happy with this. So if you want one of these, you can click the link in the description below. You know, in the comments, you know, I get some jerks leaving comments like, really, come on guys, just help out the channel. You may agree or may not agree with some of my opinions, but you know, at least talk about it like as a human. If you can leave comments, you know, how this is compared to the original Hasbro. Maybe you can tell me what the differences are by looking at this, so other people reading know what's going on. Anyway, again, questions, comments even below. Until next time, bye-bye.